Hi friends, today I am going to discuss about the important bits of President of India. This session is very important to those who are preparing for any competitive examinations. It will helpful to you. Don't miss the session till end. Let's see one by one without delay. First one, a candidate must be minimum years of age to contest elections for President of India. Options A 18, B 25, C 35, D 65. C is the right answer, 35. Here see the note. What are the qualifications of the president? He should be a citizen of India. He should have completed 35 years of age. He should be qualified for election as a member of the Lok Sabha. He should not hold any office of profit under the union government or any state government or any local authority or any other public authority. These are the qualifications of the president. See the next bit. Next one. The president enjoys pardoning power under options A. Article 72 of the Constitution, B. Article 73 of the Constitution, C. Article 74 of the Constitution, D. Article 75 of the Constitution. Answer is A. Article 72 of the Constitution. See the note here. Article 72 of the Constitution empowers the President to grant pardons to persons who have been tried and convicted of any offence. The pardoning power of the President includes pardon, commutation, remission, respite and reprieve. See the next one. The procedure of impeachment of the President of India is options A. Judicial procedure, B. Quasi-judicial procedure, C. Legislative procedure, D. Executive procedure. Option B is the right answer. Quasi-judicial procedure. See the note here. The process of impeachment is quasi-judicial, which means that there must be a special majority of 2/3 members present and voting of both the houses, and before this an investigation is set up by the other party. Some example of quasi-judicial bodies in India are the Election Commission of India, National Green Tribunal and Central Information Commission. These all are comes under the quasi-judicial bodies. Next one, the president's power to grant pardon is to be exercised. Options A. On the basis of judicial opinion, B. By the president on his own, C. On the basis of statute, D. On the advice of Council of Ministers. Option D is the right answer. On the advice of Council of Ministers. See the note here. The pardoning power of the president is not absolute. On the advice of the Council of Ministers, the president should exercise it. Next one. Match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer using the codes given below. List 1 contains list 2 articles. See options here. A. Article 61. A. Article 61. B. Article 54. C. Article 52. D. Article 56. E. Article 58. F. Article 60. See the match here. Article 61. The President of India, term of President office, impeachment of President, election of President, oath of the President, qualification of the President. Article 61 deals with impeachment of President. Next one, Article 54. Article 54 deals with election of President. Next one, Article 52. Article 52 deals with the President of India. Next one, Article 56. Article 56 deals with term of President's office. Next one, Article 58. Article 58 deals with qualifications of the President. Next one, Article 60. Article 60 deals with oath of the President. Here I have given one trick. See the trick here. PET QOI. Here see the trick again. P stands for President of India. E stands for election of President. T stands for term of President's office. Q stands for qualification of the President. O stands for oath of the President. I stands for impeachment of President. President of India, Article number 52. Election of the President of Article number 54. Term of office of the President, Article number 56. Qualification of the President, Article number 58. Oath of the President, Article number 60. Impeachment of the President, Article number 61. Next one. The impeachment of the president can be initiated in options: A. Lok Sabha, B. Rajya Sabha, C. either house of the parliament, D. joint session of both the houses. Option C is the right answer, either house of the parliament. Here see the note. The President of India can be removed only in case of a violation of the Constitution. The charges of impeachment can be initiated in either house of the parliament. The charges need to be signed by 1/4 of the members of the house, and a 14-day notice period should be given to the president. When a president is impeached for violating the constitution, either house of the parliament must support the charge. No such charge shall be preferred until it is accepted by not less than 2/3 of the total membership of the house. See the next one. Which article of the Indian Constitution deals with the term of office of president? Options: A. 38, B. 36, C. 58, D. 56. Answer D is the right answer, 56. See the note here. Term of office of the president 5 years. Next one. A bill cannot become an act of parliament unless and until. Options. Option A. It is passed by Lok Sabha. B. It is passed by Rajya Sabha. C. It gets assent from the president. D. It is passed by both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Option C is the right answer. It gets assent from the president. A bill cannot become an act of parliament unless and until it gets assent from the president. Next one. The electoral college of the President of India does not consist of who among the following? Options: A. Elected members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. B. Members of legislative councils of state. C. Elected members of legislative assemblies of the Union territories of Delhi and Puducherry. D. Elected members of legislative assemblies of the states, including Northeast legislative assemblies. Option B is the right answer. Members of legislative councils of state. See the note here. The electoral college consists of elected members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, legislative assemblies of the states, and legislative assemblies of the Union territories of Delhi and Puducherry. Next one. Who is Supreme Commander of Indian Armed Forces? Options: A. Prime Minister, B. President, C. Vice President, D. Chief of Defence Staff. Answer B is the right answer. President. See the note here. President is the Supreme Commander of the Defence Forces of India. He appoints the chiefs of the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. Next one. The executive power of the Union government is vested in the President of India. The President shall exercise these powers. Options: A. Himself, B. Directly or through officers subordinate to him if he so desires. C. Either directly or through officers subordinate to him in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. D. Only on the advice of the Prime Minister. Option C is the right answer. Either directly or through officers subordinate to him in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. See the note here. President can make rules for more convenient transaction of business of the Union government and for allocation of the said business among the ministers. Next one. Which one of the following statements is correct? Options: A. The Chief Election Commissioner of India holds his office during the pleasure of President. B. The Governor of a state holds his office during the pleasure of the President. C. The Prime Minister can only be removed by a resolution passed by both houses of Parliament. D. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha can be removed at the pleasure of the President. Option B is the right answer. The Governor of a state holds his office during the pleasure of the President. What about other options? Here, the Chief Election Commissioner is provided with the security of tenure. He cannot be removed from his office except in some manner and on the same grounds as a judge of the Supreme Court. He does not hold his office till the pleasure of the President, though he is appointed by him. Next one. The Prime Minister can only be removed by a resolution passed by both houses of Parliament. This is not correct. When a Lok Sabha passes a no confidence motion against the Council of Ministers, all the ministers have to resign, including those ministers who are from the Rajya Sabha. Next option. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha can be removed at the pleasure of the President. This is also not correct. He is provided with a security of tenure. He can be removed only by a resolution passed by the Lok Sabha by a special majority. So, answer B is the right answer. The governor of a state holds his office during the pleasure of the president. Next one. In which of the following cases the President of India is not bound by the advice of the Council of Ministers? See the options. Option 1. The choice of the Prime Minister. 2. The dismissal of a government which refuses to quit after having lost its majority in the House of the People. 3. The allocation of business. 4. The dissolution of the House when appeal to be electorate becomes necessary. Choose the correct answer from the quotes given below. Answer B is the right answer. 1, 2 and 4. In case of no confidence motion passed by the Lok Sabha, the government need to resign. In that case, President no need to bind the advice of the Council of Ministers. Next one. Match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer using the quotes given below. List 1, power of President. List 2, relevant provision. See the options. Option A, power to grant pardon. See the match here. Article 76, Article 75, Article 53, Article 72. Power to grant pardon deals with the Article 72. Next one, executive power of the Union. The executive power of the Union deals with the Article 53. Next one, power to appoint Prime Minister. The power to appoint Prime Minister deals with the Article 75. Appointment of Attorney General. It deals with the Article 76. So, 4, 3, 2, 1 is the right answer. Next one, money can be advanced out of Contingency Fund of India to meet unforeseen expenditure by the options A. Parliament, B. President, C. Finance Minister, D. Prime Minister. Option B is the right answer. President. See the note here. President can make advances out of the Contingency Fund of India to meet any unforeseen expenditure. It is the financial power of the President. Next one, the Constitution 42nd Amendment Act 1976 made it obligatory for the President of India to act in accordance with the advice of the Council of Ministers. For the above purpose, which one of the following articles of the Constitution of India was amended by the Constitution? 42nd Amendment Act 1976. Options A. Article 73, B. Article 74, C. Article 75, D. Article 77. Option B is the right answer. Article 74. Next one. Who among the following decides about the disqualification of the members of Parliament? Options A. Election Commission, B. Supreme Court, C. Speaker, D. President of India. Option D is the right answer. President of India. See the note here. President decides on questions as to disqualifications of members of the Parliament in consultation with the Election Commission. It is the legislative power of the President. Next one. The power of the President of India to issue an ordinance is an options A. Executive power, B. Legislative power, C. Constituent power, D. Quasi-judicial power. Option B is the right answer. Legislative power. See the note here. President can promulgate ordinances when the Parliament is not in session. These ordinances must be approved by the Parliament within 6 weeks from its reassembly. He can also withdraw an ordinance at any time. Next one, assertion. The President of India can issue a proclamation of emergency under Article 352 on the advice of the Prime Minister. Reason: when a proclamation of emergency is in operation, the President may suspend the operation of all the fundamental rights except Article 20 and 21. The President of India can issue a proclamation of emergency under Article 352 on the advice of the Prime Minister. It is not correct. The President can proclaim a national emergency only after receiving a written recommendation from the Cabinet, not the Prime Minister. Reason: when a proclamation of emergency is in operation, the President may suspend the operation of all the fundamental rights except Article 20 and 21. This is right answer. So, A is false, R is true. See the quotes here. Both A and R are individually true and R is the correct explanation of A. Next one, both A and R are individually true but R is not the correct explanation of A. A is true but R is false. A is false but R is true. This is the right answer. See the note here. The President can proclaim a national emergency only after receiving a written recommendation from the Cabinet. This means that the emergency can be declared only on the concurrence of the Cabinet and not merely on the advice of the Prime Minister. Next one. Once the proclamation of emergency is made, the right of a citizen to move the Supreme Court for enforcement of his fundamental rights is suspended by the options: A. Prime Minister of India, B. President of India, C. Speaker of the Lok Sabha, D. Chief Justice of India. Option B is the right answer, President of India. See the note here. Article 359 authorizes the President to suspend the right to move any court for the enforcement of fundamental rights during a national emergency. Next one, Assertion. The President is part of the Parliament. Reason: a bill passed by the both houses of Parliament cannot become law without the assent of the President. The President is part of the Parliament. Yes, the President is integral part of the Parliament. Reason: a bill passed by the two houses of Parliament cannot become law without the assent of the Parliament. This is also right. So both A and R are individually true, and R is the correct explanation of A. This is the right answer. Next one, the President of India is not the authority for the appointment of options: A. Judges of the High Courts, B. State Governors, C. Union Ministers, D. Chairman of a State Public Service Commission. Option D is the right answer, Chairman of a State Public Service Commission. See the note here. The Chairman of a State Public Service Commission appointed by the Governor of a state, not by President. Next one, who among the following do not participate in the election of the President of India? Options: A. Elected members of the Rajya Sabha, B. Elected members of the Lok Sabha, C. Elected members of the Vidhan Sabha, D. Elected members of the Vidhan Parishad. Option D is the right answer, elected members of the Vidhan Parishad. See the note here. Who participate in the election of the President? The elected members of both the houses of Parliament, the elected members of the legislative assemblies of the state, and the elected members of the legislative assemblies of the union territories of Delhi and Puducherry. Here Vidhan Sabha means legislative assembly. Vidhan Parishad means legislative council. Next one, consider the following statements relating to the President of India. Options: 1. He may resign by writing to the Vice President. 2. He shall continue, notwithstanding the expiration of his term, to hold office until his successor enters upon his office. Next one, he is not entitled to hold the office for more than 2 terms. Which of the following statement given above are correct? Option B is the right answer, 1 and 2 only. See the note here. The President is eligible for the re-election, but in US, no person shall be elected to the office of the President more than twice. Next one, the President of India impeached for violation of the Constitution under which article? Options: A. Article 52, B. Article 61, C. Article 74, D. Article 78. Option B is the right answer, Article 61. See the note here. Who participate in the impeachment of the President? The nominated members of either House of Parliament can participate in the impeachment of the President, though they do not participate in his election. The elected members of the legislative assemblies of states and the union territories of Delhi and Puducherry do not participate in the impeachment of the President, though they participate in his election. Next one, the authority to declare war or peace under the Indian Constitution is vested in. Options: A. Prime Minister, B. Defense Minister, C. The Parliament, D. The President. Option D is the right answer, the President. Next one, Assertion. The President of India is indirectly elected. Right answer? Yes, the President of India is indirectly elected. Reason: under a parliamentary system of government, the head of the state is only a nominal head. This is also right answer. See the quotes. Both A and R are individually true, and R is the correct explanation of A. This is the right answer. Next one, which one of the following statement is correct? On receipt of a constitutional amendment bill after its passing by each house of the Parliament, the President, options: A shall give his assent, B may give his assent, C may withhold his assent, D may return the bill for reconsideration. Answer A is the right answer, shall give his assent. See the note here. It should be noted here that the President has no veto power in respect of a constitutional amendment bill. The 24th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1971 made it obligatory for the President to give his assent to a constitutional amendment bill. Next one, as per provisions of the Constitution of India, who makes rules for more convenient transaction of the business of the Government of India and for allocation among ministers of the said business? Options: A. The President, B. The Union Law Minister. C. The Attorney General of India. D. Cabinet Secretariat. Option A is the right answer, the President. See the note here. President can make rules for more convenient transaction of business of the Union government and per allocation of the said business among the ministers. It is the executive power of the President of India. Next one. The rule of passing resolution by 2/3 majority of total number of members of the House of Parliament is applicable in case of options: A. Amendment of the Constitution. B. Approval of proclamation of emergency. C. Impeachment of the President. D. Disapproval of proclamation of emergency. Option C is the right answer. Impeachment of the President. See the note here. Some provisions in the Constitution we can amend by simple majority. Every resolution of Parliament approving its proclamation or its continuance can be passed only by a simple majority in case of a precedent rule. A proclamation of emergency may be revoked by a president at any time by a subsequent proclamation. Such a proclamation does not require parliamentary approval. The emergency must be revoked if the Lok Sabha passes a resolution by a simple majority, disapproving its continuation. Next one. When the President of India is satisfied that the financial credit of Government of India is threatened, he may options: A. Direct a reduction in the number of members in the Finance Commission. B. Proclaim financial emergency. C. Impose President's rule in any state. D. Direct Parliament to pass a special financial bill. Option B is the right answer. Proclaim financial emergency. Note: financial emergency due to a threat to the financial stability or credit of India. This is Article 360. It is the emergency power of the President. Next one. In the event of occurrence of vacancies in the offices of both the President, Vice President of India, who among the following shall discharge the functions of the President till a new President is elected? Options: A. Speaker of the Lok Sabha. B. Leader of the majority party in the Lok Sabha. C. Chief Justice of India. D. Senior most governor. Option C is the right answer. Chief Justice of India. See the note here. When a vacancy occurs in the office of the President due to his resignation, removal or death or otherwise, the Vice President acts as the President until a new President is elected. Further, when the sitting President is unable to discharge his functions due to absence or illness or in any other cause, the Vice President discharges his functions until the President resumes his office. In case the office of Vice President is vacant, the Chief Justice of India, or if his office is also vacant, the senior most judge of the Supreme Court available acts as the President or discharges the functions of the President. Next one. The President of India has power to declare emergency under Article 352 on which of the following ground? Option 1. War. 2. Internal disturbance. C. External aggression. 4. Armed rebellion. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Option B is the right answer. 1, 3, 4. War, external aggression, armed rebellion. See the note here. An emergency to war, external aggression or armed rebellion, Article 352. This is popularly known as national emergency. Originally, the Constitution mentioned internal disturbance as the broad ground for the proclamation of national emergency, but the expression was too vague and had a wider connotation. Hence, the 44th Amendment Act of 1978 substituted the words armed rebellion for internal disturbance. Thus, it is no longer possible to declare a national emergency on the ground of internal disturbances, as was done in 1975 by the Congress government headed by Indira Gandhi. Next one, consider the following statements. The President of India has the power to address both the houses of parliament at the commencement of options 1. The first session after the general elections. 2. Each session. 3. The first session of each year. 4. The budget session of each year. Option C is the right answer. 1 and 3. The first session after the general elections. The first session of each year. See the note here. President can address the parliament at the commencement of the first session after each general election and the first session of each year. It is the legislative power of the president. Next one. Match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer using the codes given below. List 1. Pardoning power of president. List 2. Implications. See the options. Commutation, reprieve, remission, respite. Commutation. Match this one. Stay of the execution of your sentence for a temporary period. Next one. Awarding a lesser sentence in a place of one originally awarded. Next one. Substitution of one form of punishment for a later form. Next one. Reducing the period of sentence without changing its character. Commutation. It deals with substitution of one form of punishment for a lighter form. This is the right answer for commutation. Next one, reprieve. Reprieve deals with stay of the execution of a sentence for a temporary period. Next one, remission. Remission deals with reducing the period of sentence without changing its character. Next one, respite. Respite deals with awarding a lesser sentence in place of one originally awarded. So answer C is the right answer. 3142. See the note here. President can grant pardon, reprieve, respite and remission of punishment or suspend, remit or commute the sentence of any person convicted of any offense. It is the judicial power of the president. Next one, the Union Executive of India consists of options A, the president, the vice president, the Lok Sabha speaker and the council of ministers. B, the president, the deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha, the Lok Sabha speaker and the prime minister. The president and the council of ministers. D, the president, the vice president and the council of ministers. Option D is the right answer. The president, the vice president and the council of ministers. See the note here. The Union Executive consists of the president, the vice president, the prime minister, the council of ministers and the attorney general of India. Next one, assertion. The constitution vests the executive powers of the union in the president of India. Region. President of India is the constitutional head of the state. The constitution vests the executive powers of the union in the president of India. This is true. Region. President of India is the constitutional head of the state. This is also true. See the quotes. Both A and R are individually true and R is the correct explanation of A. This is the right answer. Next one. The President of India occupies almost the same position as the King or Queen of England. Region. The President is ultimately bound to act in accordance with the advice given by the Council of Ministers. Both A and R are true. So, see the quotes. Both A and R are individually true and R is the correct explanation of A. See the note here. India has a republican system in place of British monarchical system. In other words, the head of the state in India, that is president, is elected, while the head of the state in Britain, that is king or queen, enjoys a hereditary position. We have the president in parliament like the crown in parliament in Britain. The presidential form of government, on the other hand, lays stress on the separation of legislative and executive organs. In Britain, the parliament consists of the crown, king or queen, the House of Lords upper house and the House of Commons lower house. Next one, which one of the following is not a constitutional prerogative of the President of India? Options A, returning a legislative bill for reconsideration. B, returning a money bill for reconsideration. C, dissolving the Lok Sabha. D, summoning the Rajya Sabha. Option B is the right answer. Returning a money bill for reconsideration. See the note here. When a money bill is presented to the President, he may either give his assent to the bill or withhold his assent to the bill, but cannot return the bill for reconsideration of the houses. Normally, the President gives his assent to a money bill as it is introduced in the Parliament with his prior permission. Next one, assertion. The President of India can return any bill passed by Parliament for reconsideration of the houses. This is not true. He cannot return the money bill. Region. The President cannot return money bills to the Parliament for reconsideration of the houses. This is true. So, A is false, R is true. Option D is the right answer. A is false but R is true. Next one, assertion. No public expenditure can be incurred except with the sanction of the Parliament. This is true. Region. During an emergency, the President of India is empowered to authorize the expenditure from the Consolidated Fund of India. Not Consolidated Fund of India. It is Contingency Fund of India. So, A is true, R is false. See the quotes. A is true but R is false. C is the right answer. See the note here. No money out of Consolidated Fund can be appropriated, issued or drawn except in accordance with a parliamentary law. During an emergency, the President of India is empowered to authorize the expenditure from the Contingency Fund of India. Next one, assertion. The President of India has the power to grant pardon, reprieve, respite or remission of punishment or to suspend, remit or commute sentence. This is true. Reason: the President exercises not only executive functions but also judicial and legislative functions. This is also true. See the quotes. Both A and R are individually true and R is the correct explanation of A. This is the right answer. Next one. The President nominates 12 members to the Rajya Sabha from options: A, the persons recommended by the National Integration Council; B, people who have special knowledge or practical experience in art, literature, science and social service; C, people who have contributed immensely to Indian politics; D, eminent political scientists who have never contested an election. Option B is the right answer. People who have special knowledge or practical experience in art, literature, science and social service. See the note here. President nominates 12 members of the Rajya Sabha from amongst persons having special knowledge or practical experience in literature, science, art and social service. It is the legislative power of the President of India. Next one. In the matter of state legislation, the President may: options: A, exercise only suspensive veto power; B, withhold his assent to any bill reserved for his consideration; C, may withhold assent to any bill reserved for his consideration except money bills; D, directly disallow any bill which he considers anti-national. Option C is the right answer. May withhold assent to any bill reserved for his consideration except money bill. See the note here. The President enjoys certain legislative powers with respect to the Parliament of India and the legislature of states. When a bill passed by a state legislature is reserved by governor per consideration of President, under Article 201, the President may give the assent to the bill, withhold the assent, and if it is not a money bill, he can send it for reconsideration by the state legislature. Next one. It is often remarked that the pocket of the Indian President is bigger than that of the American President. This is so because options: A, the salary and advances of Indian President are far higher in nominal terms than that of the American President; B, there is no time limit for the Indian President to exercise the power of pocket veto, unlike the American President who is constrained by the time; C, legislation in India cannot be passed without the President's seal, unlike in the USA where the President is not involved in the legislative process. D, all of the above. Option B is the right answer. There is no time limit for the Indian President to exercise the power of pocket veto, unlike the American President who is constrained by time. See the note here. The President can exercise pocket veto power as the Constitution does not prescribe any time limit within which he has to take the decision with respect to bill presented to him for his assent. In USA, on the other hand, the President has to return the bill for reconsideration within 10 days. Hence, it is remarked that the pocket of the Indian President is bigger than that of the American President. Next one. Consider the following statements. The charge of violation of the Constitution by the President of India for his impeachment cannot be preferred by a house unless: option 1, a resolution containing the proposal is moved after a 7 days notice in writing signed by not less than the 1/4 of the total number of the members of that house. Next option, the resolution is passed by a majority of not less than 2/3 of the total membership of that house. Which of the statement given above are correct? Option B is the right answer. Only 2. The resolution is passed by a majority of not less than 2/3 of the total membership of the house. Next one. Consider the following statements. See the options. The President can commute death sentence to life imprisonment. Second one, the governor cannot commute death sentence to life imprisonment. Next option, the President's power to pardon extends to punishments or sentences by court martial. Which of the statement given above is correct? Option B is the right answer. 1 and 3. The governor also can commute death sentence to life imprisonment. See the note here. The governor can grant pardons, reprieves, respites and remissions of punishment, or suspend, remit and commute the sentence of any person convicted of any offence against any law relating to a matter to which the executive power of the state extends. Next one, consider the following statements. First one, on the expiry of the term of 5 years by the President of India, the outgoing President must continue to hold office until his successor enters upon his office. Next one, The electoral college for the president election consists of the elected members of the legislative assemblies of Delhi and Puducherry also. Both 1 and 2 are true. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. Next one, which of the following is a correct statement about the President of India? He can address both the houses of parliament, can summon the houses of parliament, and can send messages to either house of parliament. B. He can summon the houses of parliament but cannot send messages to either house of the parliament. He can send messages to either house of the parliament but cannot summon the houses of parliament. Next option, he cannot send messages to either house of the parliament or summon the houses of parliament. Option A is the right answer. He can address both the houses of parliament, can summon the houses of parliament, and can send messages to either house of parliament. Option A is the right answer. Next one, which one of the following prepositions is a correct description of the powers of the President of India under Article 356 of the Constitution? See the options. A. If the Chief Minister, in spite of commanding the confidence of the Legislative Assembly, cannot run his government in accordance with the Constitution, the President can proclaim emergency. Option B. If the law and order in a state completely breaks down, the President can proclaim emergency. Next one. The President can refer the matter to the Supreme Court for advice and act in accordance with such advice. D. The President cannot make a proclamation of emergency if the Governor refuses to make a report. Option A is the right answer. See the note here. Article 356 deals with the imposition of President's rules in the state and provisions in case of failure of constitutional machinery in the states. That is President's rule. That's it, friends. Thank you. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.